Hello friends, my name is Olympus, worst player ever, not ashamed of that at all. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be kind of a different video for me. I normally don't just ramble, I guess, with gameplay in the background, but today I wanted to talk about speedrunning, specifically why I've started to do it. This all started when I kind of went down a Mario nostalgia trip and started playing all the old Mario games I played when I was a kid. Just on a whim, I decided I wanted to learn the any percent category of the original Super Mario Bros. For those of you that don't know, any percent just means getting from the start of the game to the end of the game as fast as possible. This is one of the most competitive, highly optimized speedruns in existence, with literally thousands of attempts being made just to save fractions of a second, because realistically that's all there really is left to save. The reason I started with this game is because there's a plethora of resources available for it. So with the guidance of seasoned speedrunners, I started on my own journey of an any percent run. As I started learning some of these tricks, I realized something. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a professional musician. One doesn't become a professional musician without a ridiculous amount of practicing. As I started speedrunning, I realized that I was practicing the game in the same way that I would practice music. The tenet I live by when I practice is you don't practice until you can do things right. You practice until you cannot do them wrong. And it's no different here. The gameplay you're watching here is me practicing various Super Mario Bros. Tricks and repeatedly doing them wrong. And that's okay. Because when you do it right just one time, you start to build that muscle memory. And you get a great deal of satisfaction from accomplishing something. It's those two things that are key to keeping motivation. Number one, you get satisfaction from achieving something, even the tiniest thing. Number two, you immediately start developing that muscle memory that is key to the trick you're practicing. You'll notice that as I go through these clips, I don't spend an absurdly long amount of time on any of them, because as important as it is to develop good muscle memory, it's also equally important, if not more important, to keep the bad muscle memory out. There's little to no point in doing a trick wrong repeatedly over and over and over. And I'm just now starting to figure out how to optimize my speedrunning practice in order to match the already optimized music practice that I've been doing for years, for my entire career. Speedrunning can be insanely competitive, but it's also the most supportive gaming community I've ever encountered. I can say this without exaggerating. I've only encountered one person who's a pretty well-established speedrunner that I'd consider one of those toxic gaming personalities. I'm obviously not going to say who I think that is, and I'm sure there are more out there. I just haven't come across them yet. But the truth is, when you compare that person to the average, Call of Duty player, it's not even a comparison. There's levels of toxicity there that just don't match up. And ever since I've started actually streaming my Super Mario Bros. Personal best attempts, random people have come into my chat and followed my stream and have been unbelievably supportive. Even though I'm really, really bad still at speedrunning. I still haven't gotten under 6 minutes yet in that game, which, if you know the game and know the speedrun, getting under 6 minutes is not... It's not really an achievement. Which brings me to my last point. I'm a very competitive person by nature, but I don't really know how to say this. My competitive nature is not what most would consider healthy. I'll just leave it at that. But the way I've always been able to channel my competitive juices in a healthy way is by competing with myself. And that is what speedrunning is to me. I mean, yeah, it'd be fun to someday find a game or a genre where I excel to where I could maybe be at the top of a leaderboard someday, but ultimately, I don't care about that. It's about making myself better. And that's my number one goal in every facet of my life, is to always improve, always aim for the next goal. I want to improve my physical and mental health. I want to be the best husband I can be, the best musician I can be, ultimately the best version of myself that I'm capable of. The work will never stop on all those things, and that's true for speedrunning as well. There's always another fraction of a second to save off. There's always a new goal, a new trick, a new run to learn. So, expect to see a lot more speedrunning content from me in the coming months. It would be great if you feel so inclined, if you would hit that subscribe button and head on over to Twitch and drop a follow there. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and I hope to see you around the speedrunning communities. Have a good day.